Hey guys, what is up? It is MLG Twist here with episode 1 of MLG Saturdays. And today we have two special guests. We have two people from the OV team, and we got Illusions.
Hey.
And we got Fallout.
Hey.
And so today we're going to be talking about a couple different things that have been going on in the MLG community. And pretty much this is what it's going to be like every Saturday. And first thing that we are going to talk about is the roster changes. Oh my god, roster changes has been insane the past week and a half. After UMG Philadelphia, everything has changed. So we're going to talk a little bit about the changes that happened with Clayster. So Clayster, he was on Complexity, and then he moved to Team Caliber, aka TK, and now he's on OpTic. So in my opinion, this change is really, really good for both Claysters and OpTic. And I'm going to tell you why. Claysters is just a phenomenal player, and now he's on a big brand. OpTic is probably the biggest organization in the MLG scene right now, and now he's finally on a team that he can get a lot of money on and play a good Call of Duty. Sorry, that was my Xbox in the background, but yeah, and OpTic finally has a really, really good player, and Claysters, I think, is exactly what OpTic needs. So, Illusions, tell me what you think about what has happened with the change of TK Claysters now on OpTic.
Well, I think it's good because, like you said before, Claysters has a good position of getting money and getting better clan, like better at the COD Championship.
I totally agree. Now OpTic has a very, very big shot at winning the COD Championships, and that's coming up in about 2-3 months, so they really need it. So Fallout, what do you think about the move of Claysters now on OpTic?
I think Claysters will have a lot more money than usual, and also now he has a better team. Not saying that his team sucks, but this OpTic is a bit better.
Alright, I agree. Totally agree. OpTic is a very big organization, so whoever goes on the OpTic team will spike in views and everything. The day Claysters joined OpTic, his views spiked, or his Twitter followers spiked, I think 1,000 that day. It was very insane the amount of followers that Claysters got the day that he moved to OpTic. So now we're going to talk about Curse Parasite. Now, Curse Parasite tweeted, he said, "If me and Claysters were on a team, we would be unstoppable." And he said, but that would never happen. Now, he is hinting that he wants to be part of OpTic Gaming. Now, OpTic Gaming needs a fourth, so OpTic was thinking, okay, he wants to be on a team with Claysters, and if they were on a team, they'd be unstoppable. So Parasite would have been the best pickup. So Parasite, I'm pretty sure he knew that this would happen. He would have gotten an opportunity to go on OpTic Gaming, and I think that's why he tweeted that, was because he wanted to get OpTic Gaming's attention and say, if me and Claysters were on a team, you guys would win championships. And I think that's something that's very cool that Parasite did, because Parasite and OpTic Gaming have had a big rivalry. They didn't really like each other, and I think Hex, the owner of OpTic, and Parasite, I think they are now, they mended the burned bridges that they burned, and now they're just one big organization. And yeah, sure, Parasite has said some things about OpTic Gaming, but now he's part of the organization now, and now all the stuff that happened in the past doesn't matter, and it's time to focus on the future because the COD Championships are happening. A lot of people didn't like this move that OpTic did, but it was a very strategic move, because now their roster is one of the scariest rosters ever. Whoever faces OpTic should be so afraid of losing, because they got 3 really good ARs, and they got really good sub players. Claysters can run a sub 2, a Parasite can run a sub. The players on OpTic now are very, very versatile, which means they can run a sub or an AR. So now their team is very solid, and OpTic Gaming is definitely going to be a top 3 team at the COD Championships, and if they don't, something definitely needs to get fixed. So, Illusions, what do you think about the change from Parasite to Curse Parasite to OpTic?
Yes,
Well, I think it's good because he's now with Clysters, which would make an unstoppable team, which could give OpTic a better chance of winning the COD Championships.
Alright, Fall, what do you think about the move from OpTic that they picked up Parasite?
Well, same thing, just like it just said. I think that'll be pretty amazing and stuff.
Alright, so bottom line, this team, as we all just said, this team is going to be very deadly, and if they don't place top 3, something is really, and I mean really wrong, because
Something is seriously wrong.
yeah, because look, Parasite came in 3rd. Was it 3rd or 2nd? All I know is that Complexity, TK, and Curse Las Vegas were the top 3 at UMG Philly, and Parasite and Clysters were both in those top 3 teams. Curse Las Vegas made it, and Parasite was on Curse Las Vegas, and TK made it, and who was on TK? Clysters. And Complexity made it, and who was on Complexity before? Clysters. So, all these players that I just said are top 3 players. And Nade Shots is a great objective player. Ricky is a very strong AR player. This team should be set. And if they lose, I really have no idea why they would have lost. So that's for the OpTic roster changes. Now, let's go on to Envy. So, if OpTic picked up Clysters and Parasite, they got somebody to replace Big Timer, which would have been Clysters. But where's Parasite? And if you guys seen my last video, Scump was dropped. So now they needed 2 players, and that's when Parasite came into the picture. Scump is now on Envious, yes, and oh my god, I'm at a loss for words. Scump is a winner, and Scumpy wants to win, meaning he doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about the fame. He doesn't care about how many views he gets on his streams. He doesn't care about the YouTube views. He cares about winning. And when he does not win, it gets him so angry. In Modern Warfare 3, OpTic Gaming got all first place finishes. And when Scump and everybody else from the OpTic team got second place, Scump was angry and furious at the fact that he was not number 1. And it has been getting him angry that he's been placing 9th, that he's been placing 5th. They've been placing top 3 for the past, the whole Call of Duty Black Ops 2 season. They've pretty much placed top 3. But Scump wants to be number 1, and I think he's now on a team that wants to win. Think about it. Merc left OpTic Gaming because of the fact that they were not winning and that they were pretty much just fighting over streams. It was always a competition of who could get the most stream views, and Merc didn't like that, so Merc left. And Scump, same thing. Nade Shots was always wanting to get stuff on his stream done. He wanted the most stream views. It was always a competition, and Scump left. He didn't care about the stream. He cared about winning championships. And this is why this roster is definitely a top 3 team, because Merc and Scump already have chemistry. They were on OpTic for I don't even know how long. Proofy and Scump have chemistry. Proofy and Scump was on Quantic Leverage in Black Ops 1, and Proofy and Scump were pretty much unstoppable. Oh, and Aches was on Quantic Leverage, Aches being on Complexity right now, but he was with them too. And Proofy and Scump, they were on Leverage in Black Ops 1, and they have chemistry. The only problem might be is Goonjar, because this is the first time they're teaming with Goonjar, but overall, I think the team's going to be solid. I think the chemistry is going to be very nice between all three of the players. And I think Goonjar just adds a really good power to the team. And now that Scump's on Envy, this team is going to be the most hungry team to win, because Envy nor Scump has won a championship in a while. So they are hungry to win. So Illusions, how do you feel about the move from Scump leaving OpTic to go to Envious?
Well, I think it's good because he's with Merc and he has previously played with Merc, and I can picture OpTic versus Envy for the COD Championship.
I totally agree. OpTic and Envy, that would be that'd be one of the best championships I've ever seen. As you guys know, Envious went to the championships last year but lost to Farico Impact. And guess who was on Farico Impact? Parasite was. So it's going to be a very tough time for Envy and for OpTic if they face each other. Fall, how do you feel about the move that Scump made leaving OpTic?
Scump made a okay to move to Envy, because I knew he wanted always to win. But like everyone on OpTic was just, what would you say it would be? Like
they just wanted stream views.
Yes. And then Scump just left, and then now he's over here with Envy that actually wants to win, and then I think that's going to be a pretty fire team.
I agree. So now we're going to talk about this, and this, I can't wait. So Rambo from Envy said that he was going to coach, because if Scump comes on the team, that's 5 players, so who's going to have to go? They all agreed that Rambo will start coaching. Yes, one of the smartest players in Call of Duty history is now teaching and coaching the second best or the second biggest organization in the Call of Duty community.
And not to mention that Rambo was previously on OpTic with Scump.
Yes.
And Merc.
That's another thing. Rambo was with Scump and Merc. And Illusions just pointed out a very, very, very good thing. And I'm surprised he did. Because Illusions is not really that much of an Envy fan. He's more of an OpTic. He likes complexity, stuff like that. But me, I'm a big Envy fan. And he's right. Rambo was with Scump 2 and Merc and Proofy. Rambo and Proofy have been teaming. They've teamed on OpTic, I'm pretty sure. And they're teaming on Envious. So, I mean, having one of the smartest players coach your team, that's going to be pretty deadly. Fallout, what do you feel about the Rambo coaching?
I feel since he's like one of the smartest people in COD, that team is going to be really fired. It's just like going to be probably unstoppable.
I agree. And the team will be very, very good. And, yeah. So, that's that for that. Now, before I continue on to our next, I would like to take a minute to look at some of the tweets that Nadeshot put. And, now, we're going to take a look at some of the tweets that Nadeshot put when they announced that Claysters is joining OpTic. And I'm going to read these quotes word for word. Alright, so first, Nadeshot says, "Welcome to OpTic Gaming, OpTic Claysters. I cannot wait to have a team dedicated to win." And then Nadeshot says, "Honestly, I can't wait to start grinding with Claysters and Ricky. I've never been more dedicated and hungry to win in my entire career. Ricky, Claysters, and I will be announcing our 4th in a couple days. No roster decisions have been made yet. Thanks for your support." Now, that is what Nadeshot said when Claysters was picked up. those tweets you shall see on your screen, so you can also read along with them. But yeah, and the reason why I read that tweet is because who got the best out of the players is our next topic. And the person who got the best out of the players, if you ask me, was Claysters. Like I said, Claysters is now on a big organization, and he is going to be making more money than he ever has if he keeps winning with OpTic. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Scump is another one. Scump, he's on the second biggest organization, but now Scump's on a team that wants to win. So it's kind of neck and neck. I don't know really who got the best out of the deal. Was it Scump? Was it Claysters? Alright, so Illusions points out a good point. Illusions says Rambo, so let's hear why, Illusions.
Because he has been with Scump and Merc and coaching as the most strategic person in COD history is just going to be a fire team.
Alright, now I can understand why you would think that Rambo is the best. The only reason why I haven't picked Rambo to be the best, like who got the best out of all the players, the reason why I didn't pick Rambo is because now Rambo's not going to be able to play. Yeah, he's going to coach, but if we're going to be talking about players, definitely Scump and Claysters got the best deal. Fallout, who do you think got the best deal and why?
Scump, because he's at the team that's just fired now, and who wants to win?
Yes, and that team has a fire lit under them, and they're going to climb to the top as fast as they can. And I do agree, Scump, Claysters, they definitely got the best. Now, who got the worst out of all the players? And we can all agree here that OpTic Nadeshot got the worst out of all the players. And
he has been hated on.
He has been hated on severely. So let's read a tweet that kind of people didn't like that Nadeshots wrote. These tweets you will see right now on your screen. First tweet says, "This is what happens when you're under practice and unprepared. No excuses for the performance we just put on. Absolutely atrocious." That one he didn't really get much hate on. This one is where he got hate on. Worst part about this weekend is that everything that could have gone wrong did. 1 or 2 kills could have changed our whole tournament, and he got a lot of hate for that. Now, I tried digging more into Nadeshot's Twitter feed, and I think he deleted most of the really big messages that happened. But these are some of the tweets that Nadeshot put out, and Nadeshot's just been getting hated on a lot. Next topic that we're going to be talking about is the top 3 teams after the change. I'm going to go with my top 3 teams. My top 3 teams are going to be team number 1, Complexity, just because Complexity has been on the biggest winning streak for a very long time. And second would have been OpTic Gaming, and third will be Envious. Those are my top 3 teams that are right now. Illusions, what are your top 3 teams?
I'd say first would be OpTic, and then Envy, and then Complexity.
Alright, and then Fallout, what are your top 3?
My top 3 is Envy, OpTic Gaming, and then Complexity.
Alright, so each of us have a different number 1. I still think Complexity will take it. Illusions thinks OpTic Gaming will take it. And Fallout will think Team Envious will take it. Now, we will see who will take the next tournament. And let's see whose predictions are right. So yeah, now that we got the top 3 teams, we are on our final topic, and this is a topic that was covered by Killer Keemstar. And if you guys don't know who Killer Keemstar is, he is a host, and he pretty much talks. He has this show called The Drama Alert, where he talks about everything that's been going on in the community, and he was talking about that Big T might come out of retirement. But why? As you know, Big T is coaching OpTic Gaming. but he might come out of retirement to go to Curse Las Vegas. And Killer Keemstar showed some tweets. I'm probably gonna give Killer Keemstar's link down below. You can see the video. So he Curse Killa messaged Big Timer and said, "It's about time you were a champion again." And Big Timer was like, "It is time." So these tweets are very unpredictable because Big Timer is very loyal to his team. But Killa has a point. Big Timer is the most winningest, which pretty much means he won the most Call of Duty tournaments ever. He is a 13-time first place finisher in Call of Duty. And he hasn't been in first place in a while. And Killa said, "It's about time you come in first place." Now, if this is true, if Big Timer goes on Curse, I still don't think they will get a first place finish. That's just my opinion. Just because they got OpTic Gaming to go against, Envy, and Complexity. And that's pretty much it. It all breaks down to, will Big Timer say yes? If he says yes, he will go on Curse Las Vegas. But if you want my opinion, I think he will say no. I haven't checked Twitter in a while, so I don't know if he said no or yes, but I will check Twitter soon. And if he says yes, I will definitely be posting a video about it. But Big Timer going on Curse Las Vegas, they might be a top 5 team. Not top 3, but I think top 5. So that has been it for today's MLG Saturdays. This has been episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed all the latest MLG news and the roster changes. I'll talk to you guys later in the next video. This has been It's MLG Twist. Have a good day.